Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English Naturally. I am Emma, and with me, there is Ethan.
Hello everyone.
How are you feeling today, Ethan?
I am feeling great, Emma. I'm ready for a powerful episode today.
Me too, actually. Let me tell you a small story first, okay?
Yes, please go ahead. I'm listening.
So, last month, I tried learning to swim, and I almost gave up.
Oh, really? What happened?
I struggled so much. In the first week, I wanted to quit completely.
Oh, so did you quit?
No, I did not. I kept going, and now I can swim.
That's incredible, Emma. So what is today's topic?
Today, we are talking about don't stop, keep going.
Oh, I love this topic already. I need this energy today.
Everyone needs this message. Sometimes life feels really hard.
Yes, and sometimes we just want to give up.
Exactly. But today, we will learn how to keep going no matter what.
I can't wait to dive into this.
So get ready, take a deep breath, and let's begin.
Let's start then. I am so ready.
Okay, first, let's understand why we sometimes want to give up.
Yes, tell me, why does this happen?
Well, one big reason is we expect quick results.
Quick results? What do you mean?
We want success today, but real growth takes time.
Oh, so when results are slow, we feel discouraged.
Exactly. And that discouragement makes us want to stop.
That happens to me a lot, actually.
You're not alone, Ethan. It happens to everyone. Also, sometimes we simply get tired and lose energy.
Oh, I know that feeling very well.
Yes, so today we will learn how to push through all of this.
I am ready. Let's move forward.
Okay, tip number 1 is remember your reason.
My reason? You mean my why?
Exactly, the deep reason behind everything you're doing.
Why is that so powerful?
Because when things get hard, your reason keeps you going.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, imagine a student learning English for a better job.
Oh, so when they feel like quitting, they remember that job.
Exactly, and that memory pushes them forward again.
That's powerful. I never thought about it that way.
What's your reason, Ethan, for learning English?
I want to travel and talk to people from different countries.
That's a beautiful reason. Hold on to it tightly.
I will, especially on my difficult days.
Write your reason down somewhere you can see it daily.
I will write it right after this episode.
That's wonderful, Ethan. Your reason is your fuel to keep going.
Got it. Let's learn the next tip now.
Okay, now let's talk about tip 2. Break failure into lessons.
Failure into lessons. What does that mean?
It means instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as feedback.
Oh, like failure is just information, not defeat.
Exactly. You understood it perfectly, Ethan.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine you fail a speaking test.
Oh, that sounds scary.
Instead of quitting, you can ask, what can I learn from this?
Oh, like maybe I need more vocabulary or more practice.
Exactly. Every failure teaches you something valuable.
I used to see failure as something shameful.
Many people do, but failure is actually a teacher.
That's a comforting way to see it.
Yes, and the people who succeed fail the most, actually.
Really? That sounds surprising.
Yes, they just don't give up after failing.
I want to think like that starting today.
That's a wonderful mindset, Ethan. Let's learn the next tip now. Tip number 3 is take one step at a time.
One step at a time. Can you explain more?
Yes, instead of thinking about the whole journey, focus on today.
Oh, like don't think about the entire mountain, just the next step.
Exactly. That's a beautiful way to say it.
Can you explain more why this helps with motivation?
Because big journeys feel overwhelming when we see the whole path.
That's true. I feel overwhelmed just thinking about long goals.
Instead, just ask, what can I do today?
Oh, small, doable actions every single day.
Exactly. And those small steps add up to big results.
I like that. It feels much less scary.
Yes, and celebrate each step no matter how small.
I will try this starting tomorrow.
That's wonderful, Ethan. So, progress is not about speed, it's about consistency. Slow and steady always wins.
That's a lesson I really needed to hear.
I'm glad this resonates with you.
Let's learn the next tip now.
Now, let's talk about tip 4. Find your support system.
A support system, like family and friends?
Exactly. People who encourage you and believe in you.
Why is that so important when we want to give up?
Because their words can remind us of our own strength.
That's true. My mother always encourages me when I feel low.
That's beautiful, Ethan. Hold on to people like her.
What if I don't have many supportive people around?
Then you can find communities online, people with similar goals.
Oh, like study groups or motivation groups.
Exactly. Shared struggles create powerful connections.
I think I will join an English learning group.
That's a wonderful decision, Ethan.
Should I also be a support system for others?
Absolutely. Helping others also strengthens your own motivation.
I love that idea. Giving and receiving support.
Yes, we rise together, not alone.
I will reach out to my friends today.
That's beautiful, Ethan.
Let's learn the next tip now.
All right, tip number 5. Rest without quitting.
Rest without quitting? What's the difference?
Resting is a pause, quitting is a stop. They're very different.
Oh, so it's okay to slow down but not stop completely.
Exactly. You explained that beautifully.
I sometimes feel guilty when I need a break.
Don't feel guilty, Ethan. Rest is part of the journey.
How do I know if I'm resting or quitting?
Ask yourself, will I come back to this?
Oh, if the answer is yes, it's just a rest.
Exactly, and that intention makes all the difference.
That makes me feel so much better.
Even the strongest people need moments to breathe.
I will allow myself to rest without guilt now.
That's a wonderful decision, Ethan.
So resting actually helps us keep going longer.
Yes, exactly. Rest recharges our motivation.
I will rest when needed, but never quit.
That's the spirit, Ethan. Now, let's talk about tip 6. Celebrate progress, not perfection.
Progress instead of perfection? Tell me more.
Yes, perfection is a trap. It's often impossible to reach.
Oh, so chasing perfection can actually stop us.
Exactly. It creates fear, and fear leads to freezing.
I always want everything to be perfect.
I understand that feeling, Ethan, but progress matters more.
How do I shift my focus to progress?
Ask yourself, am I better today than I was yesterday?
Oh, that's a much kinder question.
Yes, and usually the answer is yes, even a little.
That small yes feels really motivating.
Exactly. Progress, even tiny progress, deserves celebration.
I'm going to celebrate my small progress today.
That's wonderful, Ethan.
Does letting go of perfection make the journey easier?
Yes, so much easier, and much more joyful, too.
I feel lighter just thinking about it.
That's the power of this mindset, Ethan.
Let's learn the next tip now.
All right, tip number 7. Change your self-talk.
Self-talk? You mean the voice in my head?
Exactly. The way you speak to yourself matters so much.
Oh, I think my self-talk is often quite negative.
That's very common, Ethan, but it can be changed.
How can I change it?
Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I am still learning.
Oh, that small change already feels kinder.
Exactly. Kind words build stronger motivation.
I never realized how harsh I am to myself.
Many people don't realize it until they slow down and notice.
What else can I say instead of negative thoughts?
Try, this is hard, but I am capable.
I like that. It feels strong and honest at the same time.
Yes, honesty and kindness together create real strength.
I'm going to practice this every single day.
That's wonderful, Ethan.
Does this really change how motivated we feel?
Yes, absolutely. Our words shape our mindset completely.
Let's learn the last tip now.
Now, let's talk about tip 8. Look how far you've come.
Look back? Isn't that a little sad sometimes?
Not at all. Looking back can actually be very powerful.
How so?
When you compare today to where you started, you see real growth.
Oh, like comparing my English now to a year ago.
Exactly, and that comparison often shows amazing progress.
I never really think about how far I've come.
Most people don't. We always look forward, rarely backward.
How can I start doing this regularly?
Once a month, look back at your notes or old recordings.
That sounds like a beautiful habit.
Yes, and it reminds you, I have already come so far.
That thought actually makes me feel proud already.
You should feel proud, Ethan. Your journey is real.
I'm going to look back at my progress this weekend.
That's wonderful, Ethan. So, looking back actually helps us keep going forward.
Yes, exactly. It fuels the next step perfectly. Let's put all these tips together now.
Okay, now let's practice a conversation using all these tips.
Yes, let's do it. I'll start.
Hi, Ethan. Have you ever wanted to give up on something?
Yes, last year I almost stopped learning English completely.
Oh, what made you want to quit?
I felt like I wasn't improving fast enough.
So, what made you keep going?
I remembered my reason. I wanted to talk to my cousins abroad.
That's beautiful, Ethan. And how did you push through?
I took small steps, just a little practice every single day.
Did you rest when you felt tired?
Yes, I rested sometimes, but I never fully stopped.
And now, look how far you've come.
Yes, I can actually have this conversation with you now.
That's incredible, Ethan. Truly inspiring.
Thank you, Emma. This journey taught me so much about myself.
You should be so proud of yourself.
I am, and I'm not stopping now.
That's the spirit. Keep going, Ethan.
Don't stop, keep going, always.
Now, let's talk about people who never gave up.
Yes, I love stories like this. Tell me one.
Think about a young athlete who failed her first 100 races.
100 races? That's a lot of failure.
Yes, but she kept training every single day.
What happened after all that effort?
Eventually, she won a national championship.
Wow, that gives me chills, honestly.
Or think about a small business owner whose shop failed 3 times.
3 times? That must have been so painful.
Yes, but he learned something new after each failure.
Did his 4th attempt finally succeed?
Yes, his 4th shop became very successful.
These stories are amazing. Failure clearly isn't the end.
Exactly. Failure is often just a chapter, not the whole story.
That thought is really comforting, actually.
Remember these stories on your own difficult days.
I will, whenever I feel like giving up.
That's wonderful, Ethan.
Let's continue learning together.
Now, let's talk about common obstacles that make people quit.
Yes, what usually stops people the most?
One big obstacle is comparing yourself to others.
Oh, I do that a lot, and it really hurts my motivation.
You are not alone, Ethan. Comparison is very common.
What is another big obstacle?
Fear of judgment, worrying about what others might think.
Oh, that fear has stopped me before, too.
Many people feel this way, but most people aren't even watching closely.
That's actually a comforting thought.
Another obstacle is impatience, wanting results too quickly.
Oh, like giving up right before the breakthrough?
Exactly. You understood that perfectly, Ethan.
How can we overcome these obstacles?
By remembering everything we discussed today, small steps and self-kindness.
I feel ready to face these obstacles now.
That's wonderful, Ethan.
Obstacles feel less scary when we understand them.
Exactly. Knowledge gives us power.
Let's continue to our recap now.
Now, let's talk about what to do in our toughest moments.
Yes, those moments when everything feels impossible.
Exactly. And everyone faces moments like that.
What should we do in those exact moments?
First, breathe and remind yourself, this feeling will pass.
That's simple but powerful advice.
Yes. Then remember your reason, your why.
What if I can't even think clearly in that moment?
Then just focus on the next tiny step, nothing more.
Oh, just breathing and one small step. That's enough.
Yes, exactly enough for that moment.
That feels so much more manageable. Thank you.
Also, reach out to someone you trust.
I think I forget to do that when I'm struggling.
Many people do, but connection truly helps us heal.
I will remember to reach out next time.
That's wonderful, Ethan.
Tough moments don't scare me as much anymore.
That's the growth we talked about today.
I feel ready for anything now.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to Learn English Naturally.
Yes, thank you. And remember, don't stop. Keep going.
That's beautifully said, Ethan.
Thank you, Emma.
Keep taking small steps, keep believing, and keep growing.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who needs it today.
Yes, someone who feels like giving up right now.
And don't forget to join us in our next episode.
We have many more inspiring topics coming soon.
I truly can't wait for the next one.
Me too. It is going to be so much fun.
Until then, this is Ethan,
And this is Emma.
saying goodbye for today.
Take care, everyone.
Whatever you're facing, please don't stop.
Keep going, one small step at a time.
You are stronger than you think.
Thank you again for being with us today.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.